Hello, I'm Dave Epstein. Welcome to this edition of Growing Wisdom mid-March. Let's talk about some things you can be doing in the garden and some things you shouldn't be. I'm just going to go through kind of with the camera and show you some of my yard, some of the problems that I've had from the winter, and some of the things I've been working on. This time of the year, your paniculata and arborescens hydrangeas should be pruned. Looks like some birds were doing some work here. So you can see I've made the cuts already, and if you're not sure what type that is, it's the ones that look like that with the nice white flowers in the summertime. And the reason you can prune these is because they bloom on new wood, so cutting them now allows that new wood to grow and you get those blooms. You do not, however, want to be pruning your macrophylla hydrangeas. That's because these buds here are where they will bloom this year. So if you cut these, then you're going to cut the blooms off. So the other hydrangeas definitely can prune. These definitely don't. You can definitely be pruning evergreens now. I have pruned this very heavily, brought it back in by about a foot on either side, and we've taken out the dead, and you can see through it a lot better. This is the time of year you really want to make those nice, sharp, angular cuts, cross branches, also branches that are damaged, as well as just bringing it down in height. I've done a lot of aggressive pruning of this hemlock. For the most part, you can't see my cuts. I like to be sure I leave some growth right above the cut. That'll take over. This was much higher. You actually couldn't see over it. And as you can see here, you really can't see where it's cut. You don't want to prune it into some sort of fictitious looking shape. You want it to try to look as natural as possible. This particular spruce had a lot of extra growth. It was coming into the walkway, so I had to be a little more aggressive with this. But what I've done is I've left growth here. This will again take over. You can see the cuts here a little bit for sure, but it was necessary because I couldn't get by the path. And that's what you need to be doing this time of the year. The other thing you might notice as the snow clears away are these tracks here with looks like piles of dirt, but if you look closely, it's actually grass. And that's the voles underneath the snow. And as they create the tracks, they basically move or eat their way through, and it leaves that mess. So wait till the grass dries. Do not start raking that while the grass is still wet. You're going to do more damage. If you're wondering what the damage is here on a lot of your branches and trees, it's going to be rabbit damage. And some of this is pretty severe this year. Got some really severe damage here. We even have some damage. I was looking out the window. You can see right there on the Japanese maple. So this should re-leaf out, but you know, some of this may not. I mean, this really had some real problems, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. What I advise you to do is kind of give it a little test. You can see it's green there, so we'll hopefully get some leaves on here, but there's definitely some major damage from the rabbits after a very snowy winter. One thing you don't want to do is walk on a wet lawn. I had to go down here and grab something, and you can see what happens if it's wet. There's my foot track, and that is going to compact the soil, and that's going to be a problem. I'll have to actually go in and loosen that up a little bit. Otherwise, it's just going to remain there all summer long. So you want to be careful not to walk on any wet areas of the lawn. Really wait till they dry. Those canes can also be cut back. Just want to find where you've got some growth and just cut it back depending on the variety of rows. And I feed them this time of the year as well. I leave these about a foot, and also a good time of the year to fertilize and clean out all the dead stuff around it. That'll help the splashing of spores or help from preventing the splashing of spores onto the plants once they do leave out. So all that dead stuff, that can be cut back as well. You can also cut back your butterfly bush this time of the year. I like to cut it to about 18 inches. You can see how much it grew last year. That can be done. Also a good time of the year to start some seeds. I've got some seedlings started in there. This is stuff from the cold frame. I use snow to water stuff as well. Just let it melt. So remember, this time of the year, you want to go slowly, but there's certain things that really need to be done because as the plants are coming out of dormancy, especially pruning, let's try to get that done. All that energy is going to go into making things look a lot better come April, May, and June and beyond. For Growing Wisdom, I'm Dave Epstein.